So I just came out of the theater. I'm in my car. I just watched Supergirl. And so what did I think of it? I think like many movies I've seen recently, especially like superhero movies and like just big franchise movies, I think it's fine, you know, like nothing special. And I've noticed that it's getting very easy to just make these sort of really safe movies that don't really do anything special but don't really do too much wrong. And Supergirl is just another one of those movies, is what I would say. Like, it's not trash. There were parts that I really enjoyed, but yeah, overall I think it's pretty mid. I'd say it's about as good as the Superman movie. Maybe I'd even say, like, I think Superman does a little bit more wrong, but it also does a little bit more right than this. So yeah, so overall I'd say it's just disposable, you know, like Superman. So let's talk about things I like and didn't like, okay? So I think the thing that's good is Millie Alcock as Supergirl is pretty good. Like when she's in her costume and she's doing Supergirl things, it actually looks pretty cool. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, in terms of things that actually stand out to me, like that's Millie Alcock as Supergirl, this design of Supergirl, and the way they shoot the action scenes and all of that is like pretty cool. It's entertaining enough to watch when Supergirl is on screen as Supergirl. The problem is that only happens for like the climax of the movie. The rest of the movie, though, I'd say it's pretty just boring and just fine, you know, like nothing, like, yeah, like I can sit through it. I don't hate myself as I'm watching it, but yeah, I'm just watching events happen, and I'm just like waiting to get to the climax, and when it gets to the climax, it's fun, it's fun enough, and then yeah, that's about it. So like I said, just very disposable. When Supergirl is like being Supergirl and fighting, it's pretty cool. But when the movie asks us to care about her character, I'd say that's something, and like her character and her motivations, I'd say that's one of the weaker parts of the movie, because like most of the time I just don't, because her motivation in this movie is saving Crypto, the friggin' super dog, right? And you'll notice that basically a very similar thing happened in the Superman movie. So it's like a rehash of something that happened in Superman already. Where's the dog? And I think James Gunn is like really overestimating how much we actually give a shit about dogs. I mean, look, I'm not much of a pet person, so if you have a dog, maybe that was blasphemous. But for me, like, one movie with Crypto as the focus is decent. I don't hate it. But 2 movies with Crypto as the focus, I don't really. It's gotten old already. Like when Supergirl is like crying and screaming because her dog is in trouble, and like her dog is sick and she just needs to like rescue her dog for the entire movie. Like most of the time, I just don't really care. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever, sure, just save your dog, I guess. Like go put on your super suit and like start fighting, you know, get to that part. And yeah, so her motivation is like trying to save Crypto, which I think is not that good. It's pretty weak, to be honest. Like, yeah, sure, I mean, Crypto is cute, but if nothing else, we've seen this in Superman already. So this is just, even if you like dogs, this is still just a rehash of something we've seen before, which, you know, does not do the movie any favors. Supergirl has this sidekick, this other girl whose name I forgot, which says a lot, because she's just kind of a very forgettable character that the movie also asks us to care about, but we just don't. It's possible that like if you read the comics and you know about her backstory, you would actually, and you care about this character, then that might be a different story for you. But for me, like as someone who doesn't have any prior knowledge of Supergirl lore, she was this Supergirl sidekick. Well, as far any time like they try to make her seem important, I'm just like, I don't really get this. Like, why? I have no idea who she is. Like, we see her family get killed by the villain at the beginning of the movie. And it's like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. And for me, it's just like, yeah, this girl got, her family got killed. Like, I don't care. Like, I've seen this in a ton of other movies before. And I'm pretty sure the movie is like trying to make her family out to seem like someone important and make her seem important. But as far as I know, she's just some random girl who some random bad guy killed her family. And like, why? I have no idea. And what is her relationship? Like, does she have a role? What is her role in this universe? I have no idea. So yeah, I just don't really care about this sidekick. And her story and the theme of her story is also just very generic. Like, she just wants revenge for her family, and she learns the lesson that, you know, revenge is bad. And yeah, that's it. Like, I've seen that a million times. It's almost like if you ask AI to come up with like generic hero story, that's something it would come up with. So it's another weak point of the movie. And the villain is also kind of pretty forgettable. Yeah, I don't really even have much to say. He's just very generic bad guy, pretty much. And there were times when the CGI, I'll say, is like pretty not what I expect from a big studio movie. And yeah, so I mean, I guess like the main thing is just like, this is now the second movie in the new DC universe. A universe that exists because they got rid of Zack Snyder's DCEU, which was a perfectly good universe in itself that actually did something original, that actually was doing something original, creating its own identity. And instead we got rid of that to create this new universe that's just not bad, but just very generic as well, not doing anything that we haven't seen before, really. So yeah, I think that's something that's just very disappointing. And seeing the current reviews for Supergirl, out of 2 DCU movies, we have Superman, which is generally pretty liked by people, but there are like people who have serious criticisms of it, me being one of them. And now we have Supergirl, which seemingly most people just don't really think that much of either. So yeah, I'd say it's like not a good start for the DCU, to be honest. For me, like, these 2 movies don't need to just be good movies, they need to justify their existence. And to me, they're not even like good movies, really. They're just okay movies. So yeah, I'd say the DCU overall hasn't convinced me at all, even though like the movies aren't trash. But like I said, the bar needs to be higher than not bad, you know. And yeah, Supergirl, just as a movie, it's fine, but does it do its job? No, it doesn't, is what I would say. So yeah, out of 10, I'd give it like 6. You know, like I feel like I've given a lot of 6s, but like I said, I think it's getting to a point where it's very easy to make movies that are just not bad and not great, but just good enough where people will watch it. And yeah, I'm worried that like that we're getting way too many of those, but it is what it is. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Supergirl. Yeah, hopefully The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day will be much better. So stay tuned for my review of those. See you next time.